So, hi, I'm Anniina and I'm Finnish, and I have been working with Abby now for 1 month or something like that. And currently, I'm working at a university and I'm working there as an educational specialist, and I plan courses for adults, and I also work with foresight processes and various projects.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So yeah, I want to take you back to more than a month ago,
Yeah,
before we worked together. Tell me a little bit about what life was like before we worked together.
yeah. Before we started working together, I have I have been thinking for many years that it would be nice to learn to speak English fluently and without high anxiety. And because I also need English sometimes at my work. So I thought it would be really useful to be able to talk, because every time I had a situation when I should talk English, it was difficult. So I got that anxiety and I forgot every word and stuff like that. So that was basically the situation before we started. And I have always been thinking that it would be somehow impossible to learn to speak English fluently. And I had been practicing for a couple of years by listening to English and by reading English, but the speaking part was the most difficult. And yeah, that was the starting point.
So, and when when you started thinking about joining something and you found my page, did you have any hesitations about joining the course?
Yeah, I had some, and joining something like this had been my dream for many years. And when I found you, I thought that maybe this is the one and the person that can help me. But I was still thinking about if I have the time and energy to join, and am I able to do this regularly, and um, yeah, and because I don't know you beforehand, so how is it going to be? And if that anxiety is going to last like forever, and if it doesn't vanish at all. So those were basically the hesitation or fears that I had. And the one fear was also that if I just cannot speak, or if you are not able to understand what I'm speaking, but that hasn't been true at all. I think those were the hesitations I had beforehand.
Mhm. And um, what changes have you noticed since we started sessions together?
I have already noticed that the anxiety level has dropped quite a lot, and I I was feeling anxious before the first session, but every time it has been lower. And last week we had the third session, and I felt quite relaxed already at the start of it. So that's a big achievement that I have made, and it was also my goal before we started. And otherwise, I have noticed that the speaking has become more fluent already, that it's much easier to talk. And I also talk quite much at home alone and practice that way. I think those are the biggest changes that I have noticed.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. You chose the guided 30-day challenge. So as well as the 30 emails, you also had the 4 one-to-one sessions as part of that. Tell me about the email challenge. What was that, or what has that been like going through that process?
Yeah, I really like those emails. They have been so supportive and encouraging. So it has been a pleasure to get them and to do those exercises. And I think that the level of them has been suitable for me. So not too difficult, but not too easy. And I have learned new things with help of them. And especially I have liked the speaking exercise because it has really helped me to speak. And I think also that the pace of this challenge is good because you have to do something every day or maybe every other day, but it's not too difficult to do two or 2 or 3 days at a time if you need to do. But I think I have learned also that it's good to do these exercises regularly. And what we have been talking about during these sessions, that even 5 minutes counts. And it's quite, it's um, just about the starting, that you have to start to do those exercises. And I'm quite good with procrastinating, so I have practiced starting during this challenge. And I have made a promise to myself that I'm going to continue practicing like 10 minutes per day or something every day. And I can use the timer hack.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm sure that will help me. And of course, these emails have been so, like I have got so much from doing those exercises. So I will definitely go over the emails in the future and to rehearse what I have learned.
Yeah,
So I
awesome.
think they have been very useful.
I think that's the biggest thing with the emails, isn't it? Just that routine of
Yeah,
getting back into English every single day, doing
yeah.
something. Mhm.
And it's different than when I'm just thinking or talking alone or reading something or listening something. But when I read those emails, I really have had to concentrate on a thing that's there and the idiom or phrasal verb and to learn something new.
Awesome, thank you. Can you give me an example of something you do differently now after the classes that we've had?
I speak more often
Mhm.
alone, but uh, yeah, that's the biggest change and thing that I do almost every day. And that's something I probably didn't do before this challenge. It's more regular what I do nowadays. And uh, I have also noticed that if I don't know some word that I uh, hear somewhere or read somewhere, or I'm trying to speak and I don't remember some word, so I try to Google it instantly so that I would learn it and I would be able to use it instantly. So it has also helped because before I was a bit lazy and I didn't do that so often because I can often understand the context without knowing the specific word. So yeah, that was one thing. And what I already mentioned, the timer thing, I'm definitely going to use it in the future. I'm not yet using it, but I'm going to use it.
Awesome. And the last thing, before I let you go, Anniina, is what would you say to somebody thinking about booking a session, doing the challenge?
Well, I would say give it a try because these sessions have really helped me to speak and to have that confidence to speak. And it's not about being perfect, but being confident. And I think you have encouraged me to speak and to not care about possible mistakes. And the way that you address those mistakes is you do it that way that it doesn't feel embarrassing at all. And I learn every time some new things when we have had these sessions. And especially if somebody who is like me, who has good skills in listening and reading, but is very shy to talk yet. So I would say this has benefited me a lot. And yeah, so now I know that many things are possible in the future because I can now talk in English. Yeah,
Thank you so much, Anniina. That was
thank you.
lovely. Yeah, thank you.